Okay, so this is ready. Great. A very good afternoon, everyone, and a big thank you to the organizers for this opportunity to be able to do a very, very quick sharing on the corporate volunteer scheme. Now, just a very quick background on the scheme. I'm confident that many of us in this room believe that business has a role to play in society, and business can be a force for good. So this scheme is another tool, is another approach, it's another engagement, method to be able to reach out to businesses. And it used to be known as the Business and IPCs scheme, and it was renamed to the CVS, or Corporate Volunteer Scheme, in April this year to better reflect the intent of the scheme. So it was launched in 2016, and over the years there have been enhancements to make it easier to use and to basically streamline the process and to increase the effectiveness. And basically what it is a tax deduction. So it allows businesses to claim up to 250% tax deduction on wages and related expenses when they send their employees to volunteer or be seconded to an IPC. All right, so the qualification here is that it's for IPCs. And what's new is that from 1st January 2024, it will be enhanced to include secondments or activities that are virtual or even outside of the IPC premises. And the key thing is also that the expenditure cap has gone up or will go up from 50,000 to 100,000 per year. Now, how does it work? There's a little bit of forward planning. So it requires the business and the IPC to have a conversation, agree on what the nature of the activity is, do an estimate of the expenses. There's some paperwork to be filled up. And then once the volunteering activity is completed, the businesses will fill up another form, the IPC endorses it, and then we can process the claim. Right? And of course, why is this beneficial? Why is it important? Why is it helpful to you? It's about increasing access to volunteers with certain skills that can really strengthen and support the IPCs. Now, the next couple of slides are just examples of qualifying expenditure. There are different variables and considerations. It's not exhaustive, but it just gives you a sense of what's possible. And of course, if you have any questions, there's some information later on as well. Right, so in this particular example, we're talking about a painting activity, and you can use the painting materials as a type of qualifying expenditure, as well as the wages, and this is based on a fixed salary rate. Right, so there's an option to use a fixed salary rate for general volunteering, a rate for skills-based volunteering, as well as the actual salary. Right? This is an example of using an actual salary where you have a lawyer who can be seconded to an IPC for a period, and then just some calculations there to give you a feel of what's possible. Another example here is F&B if you are purchasing it for some sort of activity, right? Again, it can be qualifying expenditure, as well as this is the example of a fixed salary rate again for general volunteering, which is at $10 an hour. And finally, a skills-based volunteering rate of $20 an hour. That's the fixed salary rate example, and here is that scenario. Okay. A couple of quick tips in terms of using the CVS. As I mentioned earlier, there's a little bit of planning involved. Useful to be able to identify your needs. Think about what are some of the key priorities, because again, it is an involved effort, and you want to be able to maximize the way this policy is used. What kind of services are most critical for your organization? Right? Have a think about who are the potential business partners. Which are the businesses that have the expertise. Can the businesses actually make this kind of commitment? Be able to reach an agreement. As I mentioned, some conversation and discussion is required so that you can also manage expectations, have all of that up front. Make sure you check your qualifying caps, that you have not reached those caps. Evaluate the services, was it reasonable? And finally, submit the necessary data through IRAS by the end of Jan of the following year. Okay, so that's just a very, very quick sharing on the CVS. If you are very hungry for more information, there is a QR that you can refer to. I'll be around for a while, so if there are any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you very much to the organizers. Thank you.